To study or not to study? That is the question. And unfortunately the answer is almost always no, which is called procrastination. We are all smart people here, right? We know that in order to graduate this class we must hand in the assignment and study for the exam. So why not just do it? It's not like somebody else is going to do these things for you. Well, not right now at least. Future us is probably the person we have the highest expectations of. We rely on them to solve many of our problems and to overcome our familiar shortcomings just as much as we blame our past selves for the situation we currently find ourselves in. This was the subject of a scientific study which set out to elucidate the peculiar habit of procrastination. The subjects were hooked up to a brain scanner and asked to picture 3 different people: their future selves, themselves at the moment, and a complete stranger. After they mapped the brain activity in each of the situations, the discovery was stunning. The subjects whose brain activity when picturing their future self resembled that of picturing a stranger were far more likely to procrastinate than those whose future selves resembled their current selves. This indicates that some people are able to disassociate from their future selves and leave tasks to them without feeling any guilt or anxiety in the moment, or more simply said, procrastinate. As a professional procrastinator, I can thoroughly relate to these findings. But does this mean that there is something wrong with us chronicle procrastinators, or are we this way by design? Evolutionary psychology suggests that procrastination could actually be a survival adaptation. For the vast majority of the history of our species, we were hunter-gatherers who have been rewarded for acting impulsively instead of planning ahead. I am full, but after all, why shouldn't I eat the entire bush of berries? This impulsive behavior allowed them to exploit the scarce opportunities of the world that they lived in. But unfortunately, we have carried this adaptive mechanism with us in the future. When we procrastinate, we choose to act impulsively to receive dopamine in the moment to the detriment of our long-term goals. This makes procrastination to be a mood regulation disorder, where a person chooses to distract themselves from negative feelings, such as stress and anxiety, associated with difficult and intimidating tasks, such as that pile of assignments on the desk behind you. The way this plays out is that even if we plan on working today on that term paper, we keep finding little excuses to put off the work until later. I'll start writing my thesis, but I have to eat first. Of course, now I have to also do the dishes, and if I already started cleaning, I should also wash my clothes. Do I have anything to eat for tomorrow? I'll start writing after I go grocery shopping. Oh look, my friends want to hang out. I'll just start writing tomorrow. I have plenty of time. And you do this every day, until the assignment is due tonight and you have 10 hours to write a 5,000-word paper, which sucks to say the least. I have gone through this process for so many times that I cannot count. What is even worse is that it doesn't get a lot of procrastination to get to the point where you are procrastinating assignments with other assignments, because they pile up quickly, and if you get into this loop, it is very unlikely that you will get out of it by the end of the semester. So how did I stop this self-sabotaging behavior? Well, I just honestly got tired of staying up all night to finish a project and be stressed in the morning because I know that I am turning in crappy work. And I really wish that I did this sooner. What worked for me was splitting the day between the work part and the fun part. The way you do this is to wake up early, and the first thing you do in the morning is start working on whatever thing you have at the moment. The way you stay motivated through this is that you know that once you are done, you've got the rest of the day to do whatever you want. But wait, you might say, how do I know how much work I should put into them every day? This is where the second part comes in. Most of the time, large assignments and projects come with a list of instructions, chapters, topics and whatnot, which you will receive fairly early in the semester. The first thing you must do is read these instructions carefully and spend 1 to 2 hours planning on what you will write on each chapter and topic. This way you will get a sense of how much time you need in order to complete it. When I used to procrastinate on my projects, I would often realize in the last minute that they were much larger than I actually anticipated, because I didn't even read the instructions, and this led to more stress and lower grades. My advice is, however long you believe a project will take to finish, add an extra 20%, because you will inevitably make mistakes and you will have to backtrack. The next step is to pull up your Google Calendar and schedule the moment you need to start working on an assignment and how long you should work every day in order to get it done. Once you do this for every one of your classes, you will now have a schedule that you can follow to finish the semester successfully and with as little stress as possible. It will take a little getting used to start working on a project even though the deadline is months ahead, but I promise that it's much easier than stress relaxing all semester and then having 4 power meltdowns the night before the due date. I know this advice may sound obvious, but just think how thankful the future you is going to be for following this advice. Although, if you feel like procrastinating just a little bit more, you can check out my video about cool facts about introverts. I really hope that you enjoyed this video, and as always, have a great day.